Hey guys, today I've got the truly outrageous Jem and the Holograms here. They are made by Loyal Subjects. They're licensed by Hasbro, but they're not made by Hasbro. Apparently, right now, this is a Walmart exclusive. They retail for about $25, and they seem to only be at the store. I haven't seen them online yet, as of today, February 16th. So let's get her open up and we'll check her out. So let's look at what she comes with. So first we'll do the accessories. You can see the box right here. It looks like they did reuse the Sharon Nettle artwork. You can see Jerrica on this side, because remember, Jerrica's alter ego is Jerrica Benton. Jem's alter ego is Jerrica Benton. So on this side you have again, more box art from Sharon Nettle from 1985. And we'll turn on the back and you have more box art. If you remember, if you're old enough to remember like I am, this was the artwork that was originally printed on a poster that was included with the dolls. Here we see it repurposed for the back of the box. The top of the box does include the Jem logo. And the bottom of the box, it does actually say Hasbro, but let's turn this around. It says licensed by Hasbro. So again, this is not made by Hasbro, it's made by Loyal Subjects, just like the My Buddy doll that I reviewed earlier. So now we'll look at the accessories. I have not taken them out of the package yet. I will do that later, perhaps in another video, but not today. So remember, Jem's alter ego is Jerrica Benton, so she comes with Jerrica's hat and dress. She also comes with Jerrica's shoes and sunglasses, sunglasses, excuse me. She also comes with a comb, which is reminiscent of the original combs that the dolls used to come with in the 80s. She also comes with a human 1/1 size lanyard and comes with a ticket, so you can pretend that you went and saw Jem in concert. She also comes with a instruction sheet. At first I thought this was a certificate of authenticity, but it's not. It's just an instruction sheet with basic battery information, etc. Now, in the 80s, the dolls came with batteries, the Jem dolls herself, because the earrings would light up. The earrings do not light up here. But the stand plays a version of the Jem theme. It is not the same one. As far as I can tell, it looks like it's been re-recorded. I'll see if my microphone can pick that up later. Right now, I want to just go over the other information. So we have a doll stand. We have the stand itself, which in this piece here can be swapped out, and it acts as a microphone stand. The microphone is right here. It looks like it's bigger than the original ones from the 80s. I'm not sure. It is a little bit, it's slightly warped from being in her hand, but I don't know, maybe, yeah, there we go. You can see that little curve from being in her hand and being packaged like that. It should be able to be bent back. I'll try doing that. Okay, that made it worse. I'll try doing that later. Now we'll talk about the rest of the items. There is a sheet, excuse me, it's a sticker sheet, I think, but it looks like a film strip, and it's got Jem here, the logo, the poster of the Misfits, which is interesting, and then the poster from the back of the box, which was also a poster for the dolls in the 80s, which is interesting that you have the Misfits here, because I'm assuming that if this line goes well, we'll see the rest of the holograms, Aja, Shayna, and Kimber, maybe Rhea even. And we have the Misfits, so I'm assuming they're probably going to hopefully bring out dolls of those. I really like the back of this package. It looks like a record. You could, in theory, open it up, cut it out if you wanted, use it as a display piece. I will actually put all this back together in the box and use it as a display piece myself. The doll herself is very, very well made. She's very hefty. She's got quite a bit of weight to her. She is fully articulated. And we'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, I do want to discuss some of the outfit pieces here. Now that I've gotten her clothes off, she comes with a nice pair of tights. They have a glitter material that looks like it's part of the material. It's not coming off my fingers yet. I'm going to place it here. We have her shoes, which are very, it's about the same mold as the, actually they're a different mold, I think. They match her dress. This is her gem pumps. They go with her dress. They're similar in size and shape to the shoes that come with her Jerrica outfit, and you can see those right here. Later on, I will see if I can do a comparison, but not right now. I don't have the energy right now. So they look like they're very similar, if not the same mold as the Jerrica pumps. So I'll place them over here. She does come with a dress, her gem dress. You can see the Velcro in the back because it does Velcro up in the back. One thing I realized, there is a bit of staining. So if you have this and you are keeping it in package, be aware that it will stain a little bit from what I can see. I'm not sure if that's just a issue with the weather here, but it did stain a little bit. We'll see that. She also comes with the reversible belt. This is the side for her gem outfit. It has the design right here. You flip it around and you wear it this way for her Jerrica outfit. So it still Velcros in the back correctly. Everything's fine. This is for Jerrica. The tassels go on the other side. You can flip it inside out, and then it's ready for Gem, so she can go perform her concert. And now I'm going to show you the articulation on a doll without clothes. So if you have a problem with that, just skip over this section. And here we'll look at her, okay? So she does have articulation in the head. She can move all around like a Barbie. Essentially, the earrings do not light up. She has articulation at the neck, like I mentioned. She has articulation here at the mid-torso. It does not seem to turn. It does ratchet forward and back. It does. You actually no. You can turn. It's very tight joint. I like that. Her arms go. Excuse me. Her arms go up and down. They have articulation here. Now, what's interesting is this is the arm that's holding the microphone in the box. You can see that there's a bit of, it's been pulled a little bit, so this should be it should be flush like this joint is. It's not. I can kind of turn it a little bit and force it back in there, but I want to be careful. She does have articulation, double jointed elbows, gang joints here. Her wrists turn all the way around, and they do have motion side to side or front to back, excuse me. Her legs go up this far. It looks like this is a softer material for some reason right here. It does not stop her from sitting down properly. She can sit down. She does have ganged joints at the knees. She has articulation at the ankles, so she can wear flat shoes. If you have some flat shoes that'll fit her, she could stand up perfectly fine without wearing heels, as far as I'm aware. She, like I mentioned, her waist turns side to side over here in the mid chest area. The rest of the joints are about the same. She has very pretty fingernail polish, so that's awesome. And that's her articulation. She is very, very articulated. She is a very heavy doll. What I mean is, it's a good weight of plastic or vinyl, whatever the material is. It has a lot of weight to it. This is something that you could conceivably give a child, maybe 5, 6, 7-year-old child, and Gem will not fall apart on you. She will probably be able to be fine. I'm going to try to stand her up on the box insert right here. And let's see if she will stand up. She's not standing up. So the other thing is, this doll is, like I mentioned, this doll is extremely heavy. So she's having a little bit of an issue standing up. It's not because of the way the ankles are designed. It's just that the rest of the doll is so fantastic. It's because the rest of the doll is so heavy that it doesn't want to stand up. The ankles are not going to be able to hold up that much weight from the doll. And it's a very heavy, well-made doll. Let's see how she stacks up next to similar dolls that are released by other companies. We'll talk about that in a moment. So let's see how Jem stacks up against other dolls. So we have Jem over here, and I'm going to be showing them one at a time. So the rest of the dolls I have right now are customs, so disregard the heads. I will be talking about the bodies, but not the heads. So we have Jem over here, and I will dress her later in something else. I'm not going to keep her like this. So we have Jem over here. The next doll I'm going to talk about really quick is a Liv doll. This has a Barbie head, but she is a Liv doll. They don't make them anymore. So those dolls have articulation of the neck, shoulders, elbows, hips. They have articulation at the under the chest. Actually, no, not the chest joint. Their articulation is down here, the waist. They have double jointed knees and ankles, but not double jointed. Elbows. So Jem is very similar in size to another doll that you get nowadays. So she's a little bit thicker, and we'll talk about her next to another type of doll in a minute. The other doll I have here, this doll has an Integrity Toys head, but disregard that for the moment. This is my example of a made-to-move Barbie. Made-to-move Barbie, like Jem, has double joints here at the elbows, at the knees. She has articulated ankles. Like Jem, this doll has an articulation point right here under the chest and has neck articulation. But Jem is still a little bit thicker, and that's nothing wrong with that. I like that very much. Jem looks like a real woman. So then the next doll we'll talk about quickly is I do not have a curvy made to move that I can show you just right now, so we will look at this other curvy doll. This is, again, a head swap. This is not the original head that came with it. This is one of the Barbie Extra dolls. So she has single joints here, the knees, the elbows. She does not have any articulation under the chest or at the waist. She does not have ankle joints. The reason I'm showing her is to see how Jem looks next to a curvy Barbie. And you can see that Jem is actually a little bit slimmer, barely, than a curvy Barbie. But the the body size is very similar. Jem could probably wear clothes designed for either curvy Barbie or standard or regular basic Barbie. This particular doll is wearing a Barbie top from the early 2000s and a pair of, I'm trying to think what these are, a pair of leggings or tights from a Pretty Girls doll, which they don't make anymore. But meaning Jem, could wear pretty much anything you have for Barbie, except the shoe. The feet are quite bigger. She could probably wear Ken's shoes, but I don't know. I'll have to test that in a little bit. So that is my review for Jem and the Holograms. Jem, I'm hoping that we get other dolls later on. I really like the rooted hair. It looks very nice. Yes, she doesn't have the pink hair. She doesn't have the blonde hair that the original doll had. So you cannot kind of push the pink part under her hat to make her Jerrica. But if you manage to buy 2 or more, you can always reroot her. She does have rooting holes, but the material is very, very hard. This is much more like an action figure than a fashion doll. But I really like her a lot. I like that she is sized to pose and play with G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe, Barbie, Ken, etc. She can stand next to most other 12-inch, 11.5-inch fashion dolls and will look perfectly fine. What I also like is, unlike the original Jem dolls and unlike the Integrity Toys dolls, she fits in very well. An Integrity Toys doll is too tall. They're made like fashion models. They stand about a good head and shoulder over Ken and G.I. Joe. And in fact, I'll test how she looks next to a male doll in a minute. One of my issues with the Integrity Toys doll line was that the dolls were very, very tall. The female and male dolls were very tall. They stood about head and shoulders over most other playline or collector dolls. So here we have a G.I. Joe. Yes, it's another custom. This is a what would have been called made to move G.I. Joe. It's not called that. It's super articulated G.I. Joe from the mid 2000s. Well, and he does have an Action Man head on, but disregard that. He does stand about the same size as Jem, so if you wanted to pose these two together for a display, it would look quite nice. Next, we have a standard Ken doll. He has articulation at the elbows, knees, hips, head. That's about it. But you can see he does stand a little bit taller than Jem, but nothing so bad. It looks okay. You could pose them together. If you wanted to repaint him, for example, take off the beard, you could easily make him into Rio if you wanted. But the point I'm making here is that Jem stands and scales very well next to standard 12-inch or 11.5-inch or 1/6 scale dolls. You could actually put her quite nicely in the original Rock and Roadster from the 80s, and she would scale very well. Her head would not be sitting over the dashboard or the windscreen. Her head would not be sitting over the windscreen. She could actually look through the windscreen properly. I'm hoping to see more dolls like this in the future. So please like, subscribe, comment if you'd like to see more information about these dolls, and if you'd like to see more videos about these dolls and other dolls. Thank you so much for viewing, and have a good one.